We should clearly start this episode with
what?
with me being a fucking Almodóvar protagonist, as I always am.
Isn't that kind of sad?
Yes, it is. My whole life is sad.
Even this pod brings you sadness?
I don't know, Derek. The only man in my life that I can trust is a straight man from Canada.
Oh man, you're in deep shit.
I know that I am.
And that's also probably factually inaccurate.
I know it's not. All of the people I trust in my life are women. Men are just obstacles.
Obstacles.
Mountains of shit just piled before me that I have to swim through.
So welcome to episode 18 of Stuck in the Middle with You, a podcast where two guys take a look at a critically divisive film and see on what side of the consensus they fall on. My name is Derek Gade, and my friend's name, who after 18 episodes is yet to quit on me, is Juan Barkeen. Say hi, Juan.
Hi, me.
And this was your pick this week. And
it was my pick. And it was quite a melodramatic pick.
Yes, well, you're actually in the middle of a run of seeing this particular director's movies. I don't know how far along you are, but you decided to mix your podcasting obligations with your cinephilic whims, and you picked us a Pedro Almodóvar film, man.
That I did. I picked the 1991 film, The Year of My Birth, and it is a film called High Heels, or Tacones Lejanos.
Which, correct me if I'm wrong, but is not exactly high heels in translation.
It's not technically High Heels, but it's a smart enough play on the title that I'm, like, cool with it. It's like Distant Heels, essentially.
Yeah, Distant Heels.
Yeah, which makes sense because of the end of the movie's speech.
So yes, this was a Pedro Almodóvar jam. I am less familiar with the man's work because I believe this is either the third or fourth film of his that I've seen. I've seen All About My Mother. I've seen, you know what? I think this might be the second movie that I've seen by him.
Oh my god!
I didn't get on the
The Skin I Live In train.
I missed that train. It's not that I didn't want to get on it; I just missed it. And for the 1989 Tournament of Films, I didn't draw Atame, which was part of the billing.
Tie Me Down.
Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down. That's right. And I'm so excited. It came out a couple years ago. I didn't see that.
Don't bother. I mean, like, not don't bother. That sounds so mean, but it's so that's like lower tier, like very lower tier.
But Almodóvar
in my opinion,
like the concept of Almodóvar, the overall concept of Almodóvar is strong. There's a vibe to his films that is readily identifiable, even if you've only seen a couple of his pictures. But we're getting way ahead of ourselves. Juan, what is High Heels about?
High Heels is essentially about, like, the fractured relationship between a mother who is totally self-involved with her beauty, her career as, like, a singer and model and actress and other shit, basically. And her daughter, who is now a news anchor and who has always felt very left behind by her mother. And, I mean, like, there's a lot of other shit happening at once. There's also, like, a murder mystery, and it's a very dark comedy, too, and there's a whole bundle of melodrama, and this isn't exactly, like the crux of the story isn't something that hasn't been explored 1,000 times before, but it's being done here with that, like, good old Almodóvar flair.
The crux of the film, from what I can understand, is a love-hate relationship between a mother and a daughter.
Yep. It's Autumn Sonata.
It's Autumn Sonata. There's a lot of... I mean, there's, like... It's not just a little bit like Autumn Sonata. It, like, directly references Autumn Sonata.
I'm sorry. I love the fact that they literally... Like, she bursts into this fucking speech about how her, like... Their lives are literally Autumn Sonata, and then the mother's just like, I don't understand what you're saying. What are you talking about?
Watch a damn movie, lady. I say that not having seen Autumn Sonata.
You sicken me. Ugh.
There's a lot of movies I haven't seen, man.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of movies you haven't seen too.
I know there are.
So this movie wears a lot of hats. Do you think that weakens the film overall?
I think to an extent, yes.
Okay, because I agree.
Yes. I specifically think its second act just wants to do so much. And I think it ends up making it feel a little laborious. But the first act and the third act are so good.
Yeah, the first act is pretty crackerjack in terms of pacing, in terms of setting, in terms of interwoven stories.
And it's very interesting because, like, some of the last few that I've seen of his, my complaint to myself was, why are all these first acts so fucking slow to get me into the good material? And then this one starts off so strong and then, like, kind of meanders until it reaches its final act. Because the movie, when it thrives the most, is when it has the mother and the daughter together. And anytime they're not on screen together is something that it's like...
Yeah, the movie kind of peters out when they're not on screen because the core of the film is really the two main actresses basically playing off of each other because they lend a lot of complexity and depth to the mother-daughter relationship being portrayed.
That they do, and the two actresses are Victoria Abril and Marisa Paredes, who have both been in other movies.
Almodóvar vets.
Yes, they are. More so Marisa than Victoria.
I don't know if you agree with me, but the entire sort of... Okay, we're going to spoil the shit out of this movie. The main male character is actually three characters at once.
Yes.
And that... he's a drag singer. He is, I think it was a DA or a cop of some kind.
He's a fake cop.
He's a fake cop. But he's
oh my god, okay, so wait, your subtitles did not explain this to you very well. Apparently.
He was referred to as a judge.
Yes, he's el juez, which is like, I guess his name or whatever, but he's essentially like a fake
detective.
Since he is a drag queen, a normal, like, just like behind the scenes, like the actor behind the drag queen, and then he is also a fake detective, which is a role he came up with. As the film turns into a murder mystery, he came up with a fake detective and played the role clearly very well.
And then he just ends up being a dude, just some guy.
Yeah.
So
I love it.
This would have probably had its place in like an Alfred Hitchcock movie or something. Here's the thing. A lot of this movie could have been, like, if it was just played a certain way, if some things were sort of adjusted, this could have been a very, 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 very campy film. It wasn't. I feel like with the dude with the three roles and the sort of melodramatic trappings, it kind of had that in its DNA, but it kind of died on the vine because this clearly wanted to be more of a mother-daughter drama / murder mystery kind of deal, and that whole thing was just dead on the vine and bogged down the film.
I mean, yeah, I don't disagree with you, but at the same time, I actually think, there's a lot of really, really good dark comedy beats in this one, especially like not just the first newscast when the daughter is trying to read.
Oh, she's such a shitty newscaster.
I loved it though, because she knows. No, she was very good for her second newscasting, but there's also a sense of dark humor there when
we see this woman do two newscasts. On the first one, she's cracking up during a story where a bunch of people have died, and like a car is run into a crib with a baby in it, and she can't help but laugh.
Her excuse is that she was nervous because their mother was watching her.
And the second
one is gold.
She starts okay, and then she reports on the death of her husband, who used to be her mother's lover, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she just kind of starts admitting to the murder. To everyone's freaking out. And so given
mind you, no, but you missed the best part. The woman that he was cheating on her with was sitting right next to her doing this entire newscast, anything she was saying in sign language right next to her. And she starts freaking out because she's thinking like, oh my God, this woman killed like her husband / the man I was sleeping with. And she starts just fucking panicking and like about to run away because, you know, God only knows she might kill her next.
So you could see how this could be misconstrued as a camp fest, but the movie mostly plays it straight.
And I think it's because this was like right when Almodóvar wanted to start sliding into drama, and you can tell like just a few years later he would actually do his first like straight drama, even though his film immediately after this I think was Kika, which is not a straight drama by any means.
Is it funny?
Yes,
okay.
It is. Yes. Oh, you're so funny. God, I hate you.
And to the sharp-eyed viewer during the scene where she confesses the murder, you could spot a young Javier Bardem as the station floor manager. Blink and you'll miss it.
Basically. But she confesses to a murder that, she didn't commit because everyone and no one committed the murder in this movie. This
kind of reminded me of previous recommendation Clue, where the details of the actual crime are left vague enough so that anyone could have committed it. It could have been the mother, the daughter, the mistress, or it could have just, off himself. Like, we don't know that.
Literally anyone could have murdered her husband. And the thing is, the movie doesn't give a shit about establishing who it was by the end of the movie.
It would rather just, and rightly focus on the relationship between the mother and the daughter, between Becky and Rebecca.
Exactly. And I kind of love it. Like, I love that they didn't bother because who killed him is so inconsequential. Like,
plus he was a piece of shit
as long as the mother and the daughter. Yeah, he is a piece of shit anyway. He was he was just overall garbage. He was homophobic.
Which actually reminds me of one of my favorite. It reminds me of one of my favorite shots in the film, where it's early on in the film and they go to the club first, and it's like your straight up Bonnie and Clyde Freudian shot, where you've got what's his name, Letal, who's the drag performer, and you've got Manuel, who is the awful homophobe who gets killed, and so they're talking and they're not on the same page. They don't like each other. And Almodóvar shoots basically what amounts to an upskirt shot on Letal. So you see like his shorts or whatever, and kind of adjusts it, and then we pan up to see him. He says something to Manuel. Then we go to Manuel's sort of crotch area where he has a gun in his pants, and we pan up to him. And he's like, oh, rah, 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 bigotry. And and I don't know, I mean, it's like, Sigmund Freud in film 101, but it's a great shot. It's very memorable.
It is. It's so gorgeous.
Which unfortunately leads to a scene of coercive oral sex.
Which, okay, I'm not gonna lie, like, my new dream in life is to get out while on a pull-up bar.
Listen, I
like that seems truly fascinating.
Now, call me old-fashioned, but I don't want, drainage pipes involved in the bedroom.
I kind of do now. That sounds like it looked just
that looks like so too much fucking work.
It does, but I'm so fascinated by it now.
See, this is something that you guys don't know, and you guys meaning the audience. You don't know this because this is a podcast, so this is mainly audio-based. But your lovable co-host, is a fat fuck, and I can't do a pull-up to save my life.
You say this like I am not a fat fuck who can do a pull-up, because heaven knows I cannot to save my life.
Juan, I've known you for... How long have we known each other now?
Too many years.
I mean, probably in around the neighborhoods of maybe 4.5 years we've been friends online.
More or less, give or take.
I don't think I've ever seen a full body shot of you where I could accurately assess your weight.
I used to post a lot of full body photos of myself when I was young and thin and beautiful, and now I'm old and fat and horrible and alone. And
Says the
I
man
thought
who's like
that's
3 years younger than
more.
me.
I know.
Wait,
but
no, you're 23, right?
24.
Damn it. I made the same mistake on a previous podcast, and you did the same I'm flattered voice that you did just now. Son of a bitch. So you're 3 years younger.
Yes, I am.
You're so vain. You probably think this whole podcast is about you.
Isn't it?
Well, no, because I'm involved.
I also really want to mention that this movie isn't like this movie really wants you to think that like the daughter potentially killed her husband, because like within the first 10 minutes of this movie, this young girl literally kills her stepfather.
Like she like everything short of actually driving a knife into his back. Like, all right, this is not a spoiler because it happens in the first 10 minutes of the film. The daughter feels like her stepfather is holding her mother back from being a singer, artist, dancer, whatever the fuck she does. She's an artiste, and he's holding her back. So what she does is that she switches sleepy pills with upper pills, and the motherfucker dies at the wheel because he crashes his car. That is cold.
He deserved it.
This is cold, but especially cold considering that the kid is like 8.
I know. I loved it.
When you're 8 years old, you don't understand the concept of death. You don't understand the concept of death in a pet, much less a human goddamn being.
No, I think by 8 years old, you absolutely do understand the concept of death.
I mean, assuming by the time you're 8, you've had like a dog or a hamster or a cat or something.
Yeah, you're not like prepped to have existential crises, of course, but like, you know what's going on.
Still, that's cold. But yeah, this entire movie has a very intriguing laissez-faire attitude towards crime. Like all kinds of crime.
Yeah.
Like that prison.
Nice.
That prison looks like a summer camp.
That prison looked like heaven. Heaven.
It looked like a women's prison. So she's been convicted. The daughter has been convicted of the murder of her husband. She goes to jail. This jail looks like the rec house from fucking Breakin', okay? People are dancing and shit. They've got like fly late 80s clothing on. Everyone's in a decent, good mood, I guess. Everyone looks happy. It's like the funnest jail ever.
It really does. And like they quite literally have like this wonderful, wonderful dance number. It's literally like a jailhouse merengue, and it's magnificent. I want to have like, my dream is now to have like a jailhouse merengue in this like beautiful bright colored palette from like late 80s, early 90s clothing. I love it. I love it.
Can I say a thing though, man?
Please feel free.
Your dreams are fucked up.
I know. I'm
like as good as that dance sequence was, like the choreography was really good and it was very bright and
so gorgeous.
And it was mostly in master takes. Like Almodóvar didn't do the mistake that people do and chop up the action to bits. You could tell that there was a choreography that was learnt.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite part was like the 3 ladies on the left side of the screen that weren't part of the main dance that were still dancing anyway.
I know. They just like kind of like hung out there and like jammed to the music.
Yeah, they were just kind of vibing. Because this is the happiest jail on earth. This is clearly the Club Med of jails.
I loved it. I hope if I ever have to go to jail, I get to go to that.
Like a lot of movies have a laissez-faire attitude towards crime, right? I mean, like Quentin Tarantino movies. I mean, dudes shoot people like left and right, and they bleed gallons of blood, and no one ever gets arrested. So this is a completely different stripe. That while it's not as showy, but it gains power as the movie goes on, because it ends with everyone in the film getting away with it.
Yeah, basically. Pretty fucking much. Yeah.
So basically, what is the worst crime? Killing a man or disappointing your mother or your daughter? Which is worse?
Disappointing your mother and your daughter.
Well, clearly this is what the movie says.
Clearly. Yeah, I don't know how much killing a piece of shit is such a bad thing in the world. I don't know. Well, I would have killed him too if I could.
Well, luckily I've got a copy of the Canadian Penal Code right here.
Ugh, nobody cares about the Penal Code.
And it clearly says that killing a dude or anyone really, is against the law.
You know what? Sometimes it's justified. I stand by these women.
Please, Juan, tell me when it is justified to kill a man in cold blood.
How do you know it was in cold blood? Nothing about this movie specifies that, Derek.
I think the laissez-faire attitude towards crime itself lends itself pretty well to the possibility that it was done in cold blood, because there's so much like justification afterwards. It can't help but be a crime of passion.
You know what? I don't care. I side with the women here.
And the only law figures in this movie are like the people who arrest Rebecca and
a fake lawman. It's because it's a testament to how great of an actor he is. It's his greatest role.
This gentleman was a pop singer, was he not?
Yes. Miguel Bosé was in fact an actual singer. Yes.
Was he any good? I mean, my knowledge of late 80s, early 90s Hispanic pop music is not very good.
I mean, like, yeah, he's a very well-known, like, poppy, electronic-y singer. He's been around for, like, decades. He's very well-known in, like...
What would be, like, an equivalent?
I don't fucking know. Oh. That's asking too much.
Are you telling me that you're not intimately familiar with every single thing in the Spanish language world?
I know, right?
That's very
disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know. So sorry to disappoint.
Now, I got a story to tell about this movie. Now, I liked this movie, but the circumstances under which I viewed it were less than ideal. Now let me spin you the tale of the crappy version of the film that I saw. Now, Juan normally is good for sending me copies of the films that we watch, and this one, unfortunately, the one that he sent me for this episode didn't have subtitles. So since I don't speak Spanish, that's a problem. So I went about my own business and I got a copy of my own. The movie starts, score starts going, and Ryuichi Sakamoto's music kind of dips into the mix and comes back up. Scratchy, and this happens during the beginning, all of the opening credits. So I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, I hope this isn't going to last during the whole film. Thankfully it didn't, but it came back every now and again when things got loud in the mix. So when a lot of the emotional parts of the film, when the emotional climaxes of the film involved singing or score punctuations, this poses a problem. Yeah. Now, Sakamoto's score is all right. I mean,
it's pretty good, but I think that the 2 Miles Davis pieces they use are far more effective.
So that's one thing. And so I have these subtitles now in English, and they are quite literally the single worst subtitles I have ever seen when watching a film. Okay, so this is a Spanish language film, and the subtitles were in English, but the person who translated the subtitles, I'm fairly certain, was French, or at least spoke French, because oftentimes the person clearly didn't know what word to put, so they just left the French word in. And sometimes they didn't know what word to put, so they put 2 words separated by a slash. But what struck, I knew I was in for trouble because everyone sounded like a rude drunk golem. Like, there were no articles. The sentence structures were all weird. There weren't any personal pronouns used. Everyone was referred to as it. There's no he, she, they, them, whatever. There's a it did this or it did that, which was kind of unfortunate because, you know, it robs all of the characters of literal personhood.
Yeah. That seems very inconvenient.
And not only that, because, I mean, the person who was translating spoke French, but I'm pretty sure didn't speak either Spanish or English very well. Because here's the thing. One of the characters' names is Manuel, the guy who gets shot, the guy who gets killed. His name is Manuel. Now, he kept getting referred to in the film as Handbook. So handbook this, handbook that. It's like, who the fuck is, or what the fuck is Handbook? But Handbook was capitalized with an H, so this is someone's name. And then it took me a while to figure out, shit, Manuel, M-A-N-U-E-L, in French means handbook.
That's so beautiful.
And at one point in the film, someone was talking about someone leaving someone else in the context of a relationship, and the person was like, and it said, "Leaves me," instead of "please leave me" or "go away" or something like that. And it's just this marvelous piece of fragmented nonsense. It's like wall-to-wall Jabberwocky. I could get most of it with context clues, and because since French and Spanish are in the same language family, I can understand some.
Yeah.
And I speak French, so I could like deduce what the translator meant by putting in the wrong thing. Mm-hmm. So it was an arduous task to get to the meat of this. But
Jesus Christ.
But thankfully, Pedro Almodóvar is such a good visual filmmaker. He's such a good stylist that I got plenty to chew on this film. The film is gorgeous.
It really is. He's like, it's really astounding how strong a sense of visual filmmaking he has, and every single one of his films that I've seen can pretty much be like, they could all very comfortably be part of the same universe almost, solely because like they are all connected in theme, in just visual style, in practically fucking everything. I think like, and like in sheer queerness of of existence. I love not all of his movies. I think some of them are like, whatever, like they're kind of basic, but like he has such a strong sense of who he is and what he wants to make with his movies that even when they're a little messy like this one, and like they don't quite know how long they should be or what they should be focusing on, they still end up being so him that I can't fault them because I'm so attuned to what he does.
So I expect you to write an essay on the Almodóvar cinematic universe for Dim House Lights?
No, God, no. Actually, Ross hinted at it a bit with his piece on Atame and
That's right.
Whatever the fuck else he reviewed that time, I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But that's the piece that stuck out to me that I thought was very interesting, and I was delighted to read about. But anyway,
I think it's about time we hit not recommendations.
Hold on.
But
God,
wait. Is there more stuff?
Finish. Yeah, a little bit.
All right.
Not that much, but I have like two more little things. I kind of love that this mother, literally her excuse for forgetting everything about her daughter was like, it's the jet lag. And like, it's such a stupid line, but like, I love it. She says it like 3 times over the period of like an hour. And I'm just
I've been jet lagged for 15 years.
Exactly. Like it's, I love these like strained relationship movies. And like Wiki mentions, Douglas Sirk's Imitation of Life. And I think it's such a good, like,
Wiki, part of the Pedia family.
Yeah. It's such a good, like, point of influence because, like, you can tell very much, not just in this movie, but in other movies that, like, Almodóvar is very much a man who knows his, like, films from the 40s and the 50s and, like, draws from them so shamelessly in the way he styles his melodrama and turns it into camp.
I'll say this. To even do circuit melodrama okay, you have to be really good.
It's true.
And Pedro Almodóvar is really good.
That he is. And I actually like love Ebert's review of this one, and I'm going to shamelessly quote it, and specifically in the performances specifically, because I think we haven't talked that much about it because they're both such good actresses, and like I said, like we were saying, every time they're on screen together, it's fucking magnificent. Like the scene with her just like talking about Autumn Sonata is just like, my heart be still, you're so good. But
that whole closing sequence too.
Yeah. Oh God, that closing sequence is perfect. They're both so fucking good. Whatever. Which Marisa Paredes is also really, really good in The Flower of My Secret. But anyway, that's not my recommendation, so I'm not going to keep talking about it. But, quote, the acting style of his work seems... Mind you, this is the first time that Ebert has liked one of Almodóvar's films. I should state that. The acting style of his work seems inspired by the films of Douglas Sirk and Rainer Werner Fassbinder. Am I saying that right? I hope I am.
That sounded
Filtered
okay.
through Dynasty.
Oh, the soap opera.
Yeah, the soap opera. His actresses all seem inspired by or inhabited by Joan Crawford and Bette Davis. His actors seem almost deliberately like B-movie leading men, and the plots involve characters who get more upset over their own aging process than over, let us say, the deaths and tragedies of others. And that's that last part especially is very much what we've literally been talking about. Like, this movie does not give a shit about the deaths of other people. But he's so good at bringing out this very classic sensibility, even though his films are so far from that.
So now can we do final judgments?
I guess I almost want to add my favorite quote from the movie, which is when the mother's getting interrogated and she just goes, "Yo ya no pienso nada, sufro demasiado para poder pensar," which is, I don't think anymore. I suffer too much to be able to think. And I just love how, that's such a me line. That sounds like something stupid I'd say in a podcast.
It would feel cheap for me to say what my favorite line in the film was, because my favorite line in the film is probably this
a bad translation.
This weird triple translated Mondegreen nightmare. I think although I do remember one specifically towards the end of the movie, Rebecca brings a suitcase of stuff to her mother's sort of basement apartment where she used to live, and she tells her secretary as she's going to the room, "I brought my business." What? And I just thought, I know, she says, "I brought my business."
Jesus fucking Christ.
Which I guess first of all, I don't even know what the hell they could have meant when they said that, but I like that it's at the end of the film and there's been all this literal baggage between these two women that has been literalized with this really bad translation or this bad adaptation of dialogue.
How
and she
fun.
said, I mean, man, this is a legendary piece of crappy subtitle work, which I will share with you as soon as the pod is over.
Sounds like a plan.
Final thoughts on High Heels.
It's a total fresh for me. Even though I don't think it's one of his much better films, I still very much like it as a whole. I think it meanders a little too much during the middle, but it starts off really strong, it ends really strong, and every scene between the two women is just really fucking good. And it's Almodóvar, and I don't think I'll ever outright dislike one of his movies in my life.
I pretty much agree. Fresh for me. I owe this movie a rewatch due to circumstances, but
yeah.
No, I mean, Almodóvar's visual sense is really sharp. His movies are very breezy. They're idiosyncratic without being impenetrable, which I appreciate in a filmmaker. Like I said, the visual sense is great. The acting is incredible. But yeah, a little bit of second act sag. But I need to rewatch it so I can get the full effect of the screenplay. But I did like what I saw.
I'm so glad you did.
So it's recommendation time.
That it is.
This is your movie, so this is my recommendation that's going first.
Hop the fuck to it.
Yes, my recommendation for this episode, the link is Marisa Paredes, who played the mother in this film, and she was also in a little movie called The Devil's Backbone, directed by Guillermo del Toro, released in 2001. This is just really, really dope. It's a movie about lost youth, lost innocence, war, phantasmagoria. A Guillermo del Toro film. It's really magnificent, and the more there's no way I can talk and describe it to make it sound doper than it would be if you just sat down and watched it. And it has the distinction of having the Criterion spine number 666. Hail Satan.
Woo!
So yeah, El Espinazo del Diablo. Get on it.
You should. I would second this recommendation.
So what do you got?
Well, I could go with Suspiria because of Miguel Bosé, but I won't.
He was in Suspiria?
Yeah, he was.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I'm not going to, because everyone should know at this point I emphasize watching Suspiria.
It's a good movie.
But I'm just gonna go with another Almodóvar film because it's the easiest route to take, and I just saw it like a couple of weeks ago after I got dumped, and I felt particularly connected to it because I always feel particularly connected to when movies have a protagonist who gets left by someone and her life just becomes a fascinating series of events. But my film of choice is Mujeres al borde de un ataque de nervios, which is Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown. Yes, which is a magnificent, magnificent movie. One of the best Almodóvar films, in my opinion, and in the opinion of many, I'm sure. And
like on the long list of Pedro Almodóvar films I want to see, that's near the top.
It should be on everyone's top. It doesn't have either one of the two women that that are in this movie. I don't think it does, actually. I'm pretty positive it doesn't. But it's a super, super good movie, and it has a lot of it's a pure comedy. Like, obviously there's a lot of melodrama too, but it's a pretty straight comedy.
Yeah, I mean, it is called Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown. I mean,
you never know. That could be a pretty that could be a total drama, like, that could be like a tongue-in-cheek drama fucking
That sounds
story.
like a John Cassavetes movie.
It really does. So, Derek, tell us, what are we watching in 2 weeks?
Oh, we are treating ourselves, my man. We are treating ourselves.
Yes, we are. Thank
because
God. I'm so excited.
I think for the first time in Stuck in the Middle with You history, we are watching a movie we've already both seen.
Woohoo. Which I've desperately told myself I needed a rewatch for.
And we are going to one of my favorite subgenres of cinema, Canucksploitation. B-movies and disreputable cinema from my homeland of Canada. And while we're not going back into the archives to classic Canucksploitation, we are going to explore the mind-bending, state-altering Beyond the Black Rainbow, directed by Panos Cosmatos, released in 2010.
Which I have desperately been needing a rewatch for because I was a little bit of a mixed bag when I first saw it, admittedly.
I gobbled that shit up like so many grapes or...
Yeah, you fucking loved this movie, you piece of shit.
Or other delicious food. No, this was like... it's like it's a lot of like picking from things that I already like, but it's damn it, so good. Fuck.
Yeah, two very, very visual movies back to back on our part. Go us.
I'll say this right now. If you're kind of a Beyond the Black Rainbow unbeliever, go on Letterboxd and look for Steve Carlson's review of it. That's like the best interpretation of that film that I've seen, and it just reinforces my love for that film.
You're such a fucking nerd. Alright, whatever. Go do our stupid plugs.
Juan and I run a film criticism website called Dim the House Lights. You can find it at dimthehouselights.com. We wrapped up the 1989 Tournament of Films, and we crowned Tetsuo the Iron Man champion. You can expect more tournaments of films in the future, but also regular shit like reviews and essays and other junk. You know, film writing. If you're interested in this podcast specifically, you could always go to our show's Tumblr page, which is SITMWY Podcast altogether. .tumblr.com. There you'll find links to our show page on iTunes, our RSS feed, and links to our Twitter pages and Letterboxd accounts. I am on Twitter and Letterboxd at Derek_G, and Juan is on Twitter and Letterboxd at Whoa It's Juanito. That's WOAH It's Juanito. And remember what I said about iTunes? Well, you can go on our iTunes page and give us, ratings, reviews, feedback. We crave that stuff. We don't get a lot of it. We're trying to make a push to get some. So, if you would, please, let us know if we suck or not. Or better yet, let us know that we're awesome. Did I forget anything?
No, you didn't. But specifically, please, 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 tell us how perfect we are. We deserve it sometimes.
And you can flatter
Especially now that I'm sad and alone and just living the life of an Almodóvar character.
Listen, you can flatter Juan's ego all you want, but you can be straight with me.
I need compliments lately.
So, that'll do that for this episode of Stuck in the Middle with You. We thank you for listening. our ever loyal audience, assuming that you're out there. I hope you are.
I hope so too.
And
You're all beautiful in your own way.
And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you. Good night.